I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
All right, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Had a very interesting regular show here today. Just breaking down Virginia and Jbird's weekends. My goodness.
My shit was nothing compared to Virginia's.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Mine was pretty epic.
Yeah, it was pretty epic, yes. From huge cash jackpots to big old battles, drunken battles. She had a little bit of everything in there, didn't she?
I did.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Well, one thing we did at the end of the regular show was a raise your hand poll. And some of the things that we discovered, only one of us has had a real nervous breakdown. That person was Jbird.
I think it happened when I was a little kid. They called my parents in and everything, and I had to go to therapy and all kind of stuff. I had a weird thing where I had to always wink and blow kisses to God, and I'd have to keep moving things off the line of the desk. The paper was all over. And it started driving me crazy, and I just you could just see it on my face, and I was breaking down, and they really were worried about me. So to me, I felt like that was kind of a breakdown.
Did they pinpoint what was causing all this?
Yeah. Anxiety issues.
Okay.
Probably, how I was raised, possibly. In a good way. We all have problems.
Right, yes. I hear you.
It's not a knock on my mom or dad or anything. I love my parents. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that was a weird time of my life.
Okay. And 3 out of 4 of us have been slapped in the face by somebody outside of the show. I was the only one that I don't believe has. I don't remember ever being slapped.
I've been slapped. I was slapped with your husband, Panda. That dude at Bradley's basically went to punch me and then slapped me, and then he nicked my ear but missed. And I started to laugh at him, and he got fucking so mad. Because he was a roided up dude. I mean, if this guy would have got a hold of me, he would have killed me. But people got in front of him, so I'm like, well, I got protection. Fuck you, buddy!
And Denny's, Peaceful Denny's, you've been slapped?
Yeah, I've been in a couple fights. A lot of the times it's just us out drunkenly partying, and then one of your friends says something. So I've definitely been slapped. I've also gotten drunk and had people slap me where we take turns slapping each other. I mean, it's just goofy stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean,
And Virginia?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I've been slapped in fights, starting in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
All right.
Yeah, more I think I've been slapped quite a bit.
I've dished it out, and I've taken it quite a bit.
We used to always take shaving cream, and you put it on your hand, and you say, hey, what's up? And somebody turns, and you slap them with the shaving cream. We used to always do that.
I don't like that shit.
Pretty big thing.
It's very, young man.
Totally
young man. You don't pull that with a man in his 40s.
Oh, hell no.
All of us have hid from the cops.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I was so slick. I hid literally in the bushes. Me and my girlfriend were underage drinking, and we were walking down the street holding bottles of Boone's Farm, and we saw the cop. We were like, oh, no. We threw the bottles in the bushes, and then we jumped in the bushes, and he's like, I see you.
Yeah.
See, I used to drink that stuff all the time. That was my first drink, really. When I first started drinking, it was Boone's Farm,
Strawberry Hill.
And it would fuck me up, man.
Because it was, potent.
You could get 3 bottles for $8.
Yeah.
He's right.
Mm-hmm. When did you hide from the cops, Jbird?
A party. They were busting a party, and you hid with a bunch of your buddies, trying not to get busted because you had alcohol.
Right, yeah. Have one of those.
Bird's heard this story before, but I was actually at a party where I was supposed to fight somebody, and we got in a fight, and the cops broke it up while we were fighting, and then I had to hide with the guy I was fighting with.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
we
amazing.
both hid at the same time, and he was like, shut up, and we were all being quiet, hiding, and then when he left, he's like, next time I see you, I'm kicking your ass.
Wow, no way.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Sucked.
He couldn't have a peaceful moment and celebrate the victory?
We were peaceful while the cops were looking for us. We had to hide there for about 25 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Did you scatter like roaches?
So everybody scattered during the fight. Yeah, everyone scattered. It was in the middle of a neighborhood. It was at night, so there was a bunch of places to hide. People were running to other yards and stuff. We ended
Gotcha.
up, the way that we got away with it was
2 men, 1 trash can?
2 men, 1 van, and we were hiding behind the van, and the cops were circling around for us, and we were just scooting sideways as they were walking around the vehicle looking for us.
Wow.
We evaded them just by going to the other side of the vehicle when they were walking around.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we ended up fighting 2 weeks later at another party. So
You and that same guy?
yeah, same guy. Yeah.
Wow.
Kick his
okay.
ass.
I used to be on the phone with my friends, and they'd be like, "Yo, there's a rager coming on. You want to come out there?" And I go, "Who's out there?" And they would say his name. I'm like, "I'm gonna skip this one." He was always just itching. So it sucked because he was a person at a young age that went to jail.
Oh.
While we were still in high school, he actually went to jail. So I ended up hooking up with this girl once, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were dating, and she had broken up with him. So
You took his girl and he's in jail?
So he finds out in jail that I hooked up with his girlfriend at the time, who she had broken up with when he went to jail.
Yeah.
So he just sat there pumping iron, just stewing.
He was doing a Cape
wow.
Fear.
Dude, he got
just-
out of jail and was like, "I'm gonna kick his ass." And so it was a whole year of me just trying to avoid this dude.
All this,
like
guy,
a movie.
all this guy's doing is just stewing in prison.
He was 2 years older than me. I was a freshman when he was a junior, so
And he just
Wow.
thought about killing you.
he was like, "I'm gonna kick this kid's ass." Yeah, it sucked.
Nothing but
That's
rage
rough.
keeping him going.
I ended up running into him probably after that fight, the last fight we had, which is it was a neighborhood in the middle of the day. The cops got called, another scattering. They just told us to break it up, and they were all pretty cool. But yeah, I ran into him maybe 3 years after that at a pawn shop, and he didn't start anything, which is
Of
awesome.
course he's at a pawn shop.
He was selling a surfboard.
That's crazy.
I was there, and I was like, "Oh, motherfucking!" I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
So it was peaceful though.
Any
That was the
idea-
last time I saw him.
How long did this go on for?
It was a year of
him constantly trying to kick your ass.
Yes, he had just gotten out. Fortunately, as the tides turned in my favor, he got arrested again and went back to jail.
Wow.
So I didn't see him
Did
until he
you
got
sleep
out
with
3
this
years
new
later.
girlfriend?
Yeah, I seeked her out just to really stick it to him. But I didn't run into him
Stick it
until
to
he
her,
had
too.
just gotten out of it.
Yeah.
Out of prison or out of jail again.
Wow.
Any idea where this guy is today?
Not a clue. Not a
Don't
clue.
say his name, but you know his name?
Oh yeah, permanently I know his name.
I bet. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder where he is.
It was just funny because we had to be quiet. We had literally just gotten in a fight. We were punching each other, then had to hide together. And then he tells me he's gonna kick my ass next time he sees me. I was like, this is terrible. This whole situation is just so crappy.
What if he's in prison now and he's just listening?
Oh, if he's listening, he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick his ass."
That's why we can't say his name.
No,
Because we don't need to stir up all these old angry feelings.
I'm sure a couple Stewart people remember the tale.
Yeah, we don't need any more people wanting to kick our ass.
For real.
Seriously, we've hit our quota.
And half of the shows had a stranger walk in on you while you were sitting on a toilet bowl.
That happened to me as a little kid. I was always so nervous to go pee in the classroom. We had a bathroom in the classroom, but it was shared by everybody, and you had to put the light on to let people know that you were in there. But I didn't want to know I was peeing. And I sat down to pee, and sure as shit, I didn't lock the door. I didn't put the light on, and my crush walks in.
The
She
lights off?
She looks at me and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry." I go, "I swear I'm not pooping." And then she closed the door. Oh, it was so embarrassing. Because of course you're gonna think I'm pooping. I'm sitting down.
Who's like in there, like with the door not locked and the light not on?
Did it all wrong.
Sitting on the toilet.
I didn't hit my stride yet. That was during when I was having my nervous breakdown.
You ought to bring in the ladies, huh?
It sucked because of course the one you have a crush on.
Of course.
yes.
Yeah. How old were you at the time? Any
Yeah, it
idea?
was first grade.
First grade.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mrs. Carlson's class.
Okay. All right. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know that I have. I don't remember, but I do have a massive phobia of that. I don't know if it was just naturally born or there's something that happened and I blocked it out. But
Well, it was kind of nerve-wracking when you would go in there. You always know who was taking a dump because you would see them walk in, and if they didn't come out for 15 minutes,
Yeah.
you knew that they were pooping.
I mean, 15 minutes. You got to get going faster than that.
Right.
If it's that public that you're duking,
Yeah.
you got to get that thing down to 5 minutes.
It was on center stage. Everyone knew your business.
Damn.
wow. Okay.
Mine happened when I was a drunk adult. Yours was a little kid.
Little kid.
Mine was a drunk adult. I was in a bathroom and I was peeing and I didn't lock the door and 2 girls walked in on me. And we kind of just all froze and looked at each other. And then they started laughing and closed the door.
Yeah.
I was drunk, though. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
Sorry, I forgot to lock the door.
Yeah. And half of us have read a book in the last year. That's Jbird and Denny's. Okay. Do you know what you've read? Do you remember?
I've read a couple.
Okay.
So every October, I go through one of my favorite authors is H.P. Lovecraft. He writes science fiction stuff. So I go through his entire works. I think I'm got to be about 75% of everything he's ever written. So
Okay.
this Halloween, I went through the entire Dream Cycle, which I had never gone, which is a collection of about 13 stories.
Okay.
So I read all the way through all those. I also went back. I read the Flood of Atrahasis, which is one of the first stories ever discovered, first written stories, Sumeria.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The Epic of Atrahasis.
Is that Gilgamesh?
The Epic of Gilgamesh I also read. I read the Epic of Gilgamesh, the Flood of Atrahasis, and the Book of Enuma Elish are the 3 that I read. Those are the 3 original texts discovered in history.
I've never heard of any of this.
They're pretty cool. They came into popularity because there's a lot of parallels with the Bible, and they're saying that the Bible must have taken stories from these guys.
Yeah, they believe that Noah was based off of the
They do, the Flood
Gilgamesh
of Atrahasis, and the tale of Gilgamesh at the end. He meets the guy who gets immortality, and he tells him that he survived the flood. And a lot of parallels between the Great Flood of Noah.
Yeah.
So it's weird. The reason I read all 3 of those is because all 3 stories have parallels. So they're all written in different times, but they all borrow from each other.
Yeah, it is really interesting when you look at those ancient texts.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, I went through them. They're pretty grueling, I will say.
Right.
They are written in
It's not written for
prose.
modern sensibilities.
Yeah, they're written kind of in almost like a poetic fashion, but not rhyming.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of droll. I'm not gonna lie. You can save yourself a lot of time just listening to the audio.
Is there a Cliff Notes?
Yeah, you can find that there's a 10-minute synopsis because after you read it, there's a lot of stuff you go, this is kind of archaic. I don't really know what it means.
I'm going to let Kevin read it and tell me about it, just like on the show. Just like with the news and all that.
Break it down for me.
Kevin, what happened?
Yeah. Burr, what is it you read?
Teachings of Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching. It's a spiritual book. It's not a long book, but Wayne Dyer, the guy I love so much, who's no longer with us, he wrote his own version of it, and it's called "Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life," and it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
And a thing you do, it's called "Do the Tao Now." It's little teachings you can do or little lessons that you try to practice in your life. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And every year, because of your relationship with Wayne Dyer, his family makes a donation to Little Smiles in your behalf
That's
because
awesome.
you honored their father and his legacy lives on. You can still go online and read all about Wayne Dyer and buy his books and see what a cool guy he was.
Yeah, no, he really, really cool dude. And we share a birthday as well, which is cool.
That is cool.
May 10th, yeah.
Wow.
And he was into Carl Jung, which
Yeah.
is cool. He's a psychologist that was famous that has a lot of really cool theories about like the collective consciousness, that all humans share a consciousness.
Wow.
When you're born, when you're born, you automatically know how to eat. If you hold a baby underwater, they'll hold their breath. There's a bunch of things that are just instinctual to us, and they say it's a collective consciousness that we all share.
It is fascinating, yeah. The biological things that are already kind of in the default settings.
It is.
Yeah.
They
It's
also say
deep.
when somebody has an idea that multiple people have that idea at the same time, and they think it's drawn from the collective consciousness.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's some people think it's a little trippy, but I like it. I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Okay. All right. There we go. Who knew that our crew was so deep, Virginia?
Deep yet shallow.
Yeah. About that. It's great. Let me see some other things that people have sent to us. This isn't about what you read, but what you watched. Mark said, so I watched the new Red One Christmas movie on Prime. Maybe a C.
Oh.
Santa lives in a Wakanda-type place at the North Pole. Chris Evans is a dad who has always been on the naughty list since he was a kid, and now his estranged son is starting to get on the naughty list. The Rock is Santa's elite bodyguard who is discouraged because the naughty list is bigger than the good list. Santa's kidnapped. The woman behind the kidnapping is Santa's sister-in-law, who along with Santa's brother are mythological creatures who are anti-Christmas spirit. So all these plot themes borrowed from other films all come together. Lazy writing. For me, Chris Evans was the bright spot. Besides always being hot, there's something a little extra in his acting since he got married in real life. The rest, including The Rock, was just so-so. That's why it went to streaming so fast. It wasn't even a top Prime movie, just featured. Okay, that's Mark's review.
I saw the preview. It did not look that shitty to me, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, some other people have sent us stuff. Like one person texted in today, Lovey said, yeah, Virginia, watch Red One, the new movie with The Rock. Rocco's going to love it. We watched it as a family last night, and we were shocked that it wasn't bad. Our 9-year-old son loved it. So,
yeah, The Rock is very appealing to Rocco. Yeah, he loves him.
I'll tell you what I watched. I watched that Megan Fox has got a new movie where she plays an AI robot. She does a great job playing a robot.
Really?
She does a really, yeah, she kind of is creepy in it.
Okay.
Yeah, and pretty carnal in this movie.
Sexy creepy.
There is some, there's some scenes in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get a bone piece?
You know.
Did you have to tug it?
Sometimes you get bone pieces.
Did you have to put pause and tug it for a minute?
I got no comment.
Took him 6 hours to get through a 90-minute movie.
It's only an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It took me 7 hours.
Do you remember the name of it?
I do not.
No.
To be quite honest with you.
Okay.
I probably shouldn't even have brought
A
it.
tuggable Christmas?
It's a tuggable Christmas.
Isn't it called like subservient or subsistence?
She plays a badass robot who's trying to. I don't want to give it up, but
She naughty?
She gets fixated on the husband. They hire her because the mom is sick, and of course she seduces. And I'll just leave it at that.
Wow.
Okay.
It sounds
All right.
good.
Very, very saxophone.
Some people like KJ is saying, I just saw Red One yesterday, and it's so good. 10 out of 10. So,
Wow. Okay.
yeah, that's why, to me, when it comes to getting reviews, you got to listen to a few. To me, it's like, okay, that's one in the negative or one in the positive. Let's see how many we can get. I like to get it about to a good 5 or 10 reviews before I decide to commit to something.
Did you see the sequel to A Christmas Story? It came out last year or the year before.
No, I did not.
Did you? Man, I thought that was so weak.
Yeah, I figured it was. I didn't love even A Christmas Story, so I thought the sequels got to be
I
not
know.
something I like.
Sometimes I watch some of this stuff and I watch it back now and go, I don't know if I even like this now. It's
Yeah.
kind of shitty.
Right, I hear you. Yeah. Alyssa said, Yellowstone, new season, it is awful. I wish it just ended. It's slow. It's pointless. The plots are now. Last episode just highlighted Tyler Sheridan being a ladies' man, etc. Like, what's the point of this? Yeah, so she's not loving it. I'm kind of waiting because, I'm not so sure I'm going to jump in either. I have heard some positives where people said you don't even miss Kevin Costner. It's still great. So I've had one of the positive, one of the negative, but I'll wait to see what happens.
Did you see your boy Cole Hauser has a football son?
A football son?
Yeah, a
No.
kid that plays football. I thought I saw that on like the gram. And I was like, I wonder if Kevin knows that Cole Hauser has a son that's into football. I know you love Cole Hauser and you can't wait to have that friendship taken to the next level.
I do, yeah.
I like giving you tidbits.
Okay, he plays high school football, do you know?
Oh, shit.
Might even been a daughter, Kevin.
It could have been a really butch-looking girl.
Okay. It says that his son, Ryland, plays football at Jensen Beach High School.
Oh,
Bang.
I
Jensen
thought
Beach.
he must because somebody
Bang,
sent me a
bang.
photo. He was at Jensen Beach High.
You need to go to
Alright.
Jensen Beach High and watch games then, brother.
Yeah, that will be creepy. And
That
I'm
would
here
be
to watch
creepy at all.
your son play.
I don't have a
I'll
kid
go-
here.
I'll go with you. I'll have a belly full of Fireball. It'll be perfect.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound like he plays anymore. He was tight end, wide receiver, defensive end. He helped his team win its second district championship. He received offers to play at several schools and ultimately decided to attend TCU and focus on his studies. So, sounds like he played in high school but then bowed out and went to college just to go.
Oh, so I told you 1 year too late.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all good. Well, you know, it's just another thing that we could bond about.
You do love high school football.
I do love high school football. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and for good reason. Boy, South Florida just dominated. I think they won everything.
That's
I
awesome.
think all the way from I think all 7 divisions.
It
South
makes
Florida
it
school
so
won them.
fun. Like, that's just cool.
Yeah,
Who would have
yeah,
thought winning really feels good?
yeah. They're just they're solid. They really are. They have some good football down here. Okay, got Cesar said, Kevin, if you're looking for something in Hulu besides Murders in the Building, you need to check out Welcome to Wrexham. You love sports, you love feel-good programming, I think you would love this show. Yeah, and I like Ryan Reynolds, too. To give you an idea how good it is, the fourth season was announced just 2 weeks after the third season started to air on Hulu. Its fourth season should air April of 2025. Okay, yeah, I put that down on my list. I started over the weekend writing down. I don't have it. And ideally, what I want to do is I'm going to write it all down, then have people help me prioritize it. And I did write Welcome to Wrexham on there. I've got Yellowstone, Outer Banks, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Shameless, Sons of Anarchy, Mad Men, Welcome to Wrexham so far.
Oh, man. You'll know when Kevin is watching Sons of Anarchy because you're going to get, at least at minimum, pleather jackets.
You think so? Yeah. I'm going to put in there Tulsa King as well. I watched, I think, the first season of that. That's Sylvester Stallone's show. It was good. It
That's
wasn't
scripted?
amazing. Yeah, it's scripted.
I just want to watch it just in case we run into him, because that could happen.
You never know.
You never know.
Yeah, he is. He's a Palm Beacher.
I
He's
know.
out and about a good bit.
I know some of his movements. I could tell them to you off the air.
Maybe you can invite him to Cole Hauser's son's football game.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah,
You dick.
that would be great. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was seeing it's kind of crazy. I know Sylvester Stallone has been over at Mar-a-Lago a bit, as is everybody else. It is kind of insane to just see how many people have been traipsing in and out of that, and it's here. I mean, all the news stations are still camped out and talking about what's going on. They had Apple CEO Tim Cook was there at Mar-a-Lago for dinner. You've had OpenAI's Sam Altman. Zuckerberg was over there. Bezos has been over there kissing the ring. It's just one big name after another.
It's kind of crazy to think it's all happening like right across the intercoastal,
Right.
where we're just over here living regular lives.
Yeah, and it's just they're parading in and out, world leaders and all kinds of stuff.
A lot of tech over there, it seems like.
Yeah.
You think they're discussing...
Yeah, I think it's kind of at that where you got to see which direction it's going to go. With AI, that's going to be a good thing. I know the former CEO of Google, I saw him on the news today. He's kind of tearing down AI. And he's saying if computers are teaching themselves, that's bad. You got to shut that down.
Yeah.
So
self-learning, self-replicating, any of that nature.
So I think in the next 4 years, we're going to have some tough decisions about AI.
I think they're finding a place for it, but at first they just went crazy and threw it in everything.
Well,
I think that's where they messed up.
That's really what the Megan Fox movie is about, and it's showing you how robots are. It's going to become relationship status, where people are going to love their robot. If they look human and they act human, it's going to change the game. It's going to get weird, man.
This is sounding like a guy that passionately tugged it to a robot over the weekend.
Took me 7 hours to watch that movie.
He still hasn't finished it.
Wait, he's still only 20 minutes in.
Oh, he finished. He didn't finish the movie.
Right, yes. Got to clarify there. Yeah. So, and I hear Elon Musk might be moving to Palm Beach, too. I know he's over there a good bit, but they're apparently on the 24th floor. Do you know which building the Bristol is? It is the one that's right there by the South Bridge, that condo building that is it's relatively newer. They have that one church that they're putting the new tower up by.
I don't know it that well enough, but I'd like to.
It's been built in the last 10 years, maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
It went up. It's the Bristol. It's just south of the South Bridge right there. But the 24th floor, I guess somebody's put together into one huge condo. They say is fit for a king, and that king would be Elon Musk. Apparently, it's $100 million.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Well, I mean, for him, that's a drop in the bucket, though, which is kind of crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, so they're saying he might plunk that down so he's got a place to stay when he needs to fly into town and kiss Trump's ass for a while.
Wow.
So, yeah, 19,000 square feet. It's a pretty good size.
And that's just the size of his mothership.
He's got that alien dough.
That was kind of weird the other day when I forget who it was. It was some congressman or something, and their verbiage and what they were talking about, even they were saying these drones are from Iran. They've got motherships. The language he was using with mothership is, I thought that struck me as a little odd.
Yeah, I think it was a New Jersey congressman that was saying that.
Yeah.
I guess who it was. And the Pentagon refuted it, saying that it wasn't the case. But I am relieved to hear that it sounds like some people are going to be taking it seriously. And look, I think we just need to get better surveillance of these kind of things. I got an email from Brian. He said, I'm surprised that we don't have some kind of mobile anti-aircraft defense system that the government can put into place to deal with these drones.
Right?
Said this definitely wouldn't happen in Israel. Not one of those would get through their defense systems. And
Well, then you go, what the hell's going on then? Is this something they know about and they're lying to us?
What the hell is going on?
Well, I think it was the fact that they seem so cavalier about it, nonchalant, that people are like, nah, I don't like that. I like to know what's flying above my head, and I want you to be able to tell me that we know every single aerial vehicle that is out there and what it's doing. I think that's what the American people want. That's what they have basically said through this whole episode.
We don't know what it is, but don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt you. You don't know what it is. So how do you know?
That's not how to deal with this. Because people are now freaking out even more and want to shoot these things out of the sky.
Right.
Is that what you want? People with guns out in New Jersey? Randos firing bullets in the air? Is that really what we want?
I think some of them have. There have been some fake videos that have been out there of people trying to shoot down whatever it is, but
I guarantee you somebody's tried in New Jersey.
They run hot, a little hot in New Jersey.
I guarantee you somebody's tried.
yeah. So hopefully the authorities will do this first so that before yahoos and rednecks take it into their own hands, well, I'll take that thing down. So we don't need that.
But some of them are flying pretty low, too, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Low enough to get some pretty good footage.
I feel like I could shoot one that was low.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
It's been interesting to see what will happen. So hopefully we'll get an explanation here in the next week of what the heck that was all about. Becky's got another thing to check out. She said, you got to watch this true crime series, The Kings of Tupelo. It's fascinating, entertaining, creatively filmed. The characters are so wild, and they all participate in the story. I can't recommend it enough. You got a presidential assassination plot, Elvis impersonators, love triangles, and the FBI, plus more. Okay.
I think I saw that.
The Kings of Tupelo?
I think so. It was good. It's a documentary, right?
That's what she's saying, yeah. The Kings of Tupelo. Mississippi, I would assume. That would make sense with Elvis impersonators. Have to look into that. Jess and the Pizzles said, love the show, but your take on Skittles is just asinine. Ever since they switched the green back to lime instead of green apple, I've been very upset. Why have 3 citrus flavors been coming in one pack? I most definitely separate them by color and eat the crappiest ones first, green, yellow, orange, and then I save the best flavors for last, purple and red. You guys should do a blindfold taste test. I promise you can absolutely tell the difference. I think we had done that when we had first heard that story, and I cannot remember whether it... I thought we were not able to identify. Maybe we need to try it again.
You know what it is? Maybe they are different. I just think they're shitty.
I do too. I think they're shitty and they taste like chemicals.
If they are different, I just think I don't know.
So I think they use different smells, but they're all the same flavor, right? It's just the smell tricks you into thinking it's that flavor.
I think it was the color they were saying that, in a sense, tricks you into thinking that you have whatever.
Different flavors.
Gotcha.
Yeah, where it's all just the same.
I think it's all the same flavor as Skittles.
Well, that's we'll do another quick test on that.
I'm an M&M man.
We know you
I
are.
don't even like Skittles.
Skittles just
Give me a peanut butter M&M.
Oh,
those
so good.
M&Ms are really coming out with some fun flavors.
I am a Take 5 bitch. I love Take 5.
Oh, I just got one over the weekend.
I'm gonna take 5 and masturbate. That's your name.
5. I don't even need
Take
5.
5.
I can take 2.
Take 2.
Got another conversation here. We were talking about the psychics, and some of them do really impress upon people. One person last night went to go see somebody named Matthew Frazier in Fort Lauderdale. And he didn't speak to me directly, but he did pick out people in the audience. There was a girl that her sister had committed suicide, and said that her sister was right next to her.
Wow.
She almost fell over from emotion. He described in detail what had happened and then delivered a message of apology from the sister for creating such hurt. And then he also told her that a baby was trying to come through. And the same girl said it was a child she had terminated that she still thinks about every day. It was really emotional.
Damn.
But I believe it's 1,000% real.
That's wild.
Now, what gets me, and I wonder too, is my first thought is, okay, are some of these people putting in plants in the audience? And oh my gosh, and they're
Which
actors
is possible.
and actresses. Yeah.
This has happened before.
It's probable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if they're filming it and they want to go viral, they need to have amazing moments. And if you're not going to have them naturally, you got to have them manufactured.
An hour and a half later, you see them both having coffee together, him giving her money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An envelope. Mm-hmm. Well, you think a room like that, if you're sensitive to spirit or whatever, wouldn't that room be so overwhelming? Like, how would you ever pick or zone in on anything?
You would think it would be almost too much.
If everybody's having emotions and whatnot.
They do that. They call it cold. Like they're basically, they throw out feelers because you've got 50 people typically in the audience, and they do. Where's Mary? Who's Mary? We're getting a throat thing with Mark. With
the odds are somebody will raise their hand.
Exactly. It's something with his butt. His butthole.
Mark with the butthole.
Who has Mark with the butthole?
Who has anal bleeding? Anyone? Raise your hand.
Shit, how did you know about my butthole?
Is blood pouring out of your ass now? Raise your hand.
It's called cold reading, and they just throw out these little things, and eventually, oh yeah, that's my butthole.
It's me. Nice email here from Jacqueline. She said, please take more vacations. I've enjoyed this week. Virginia, somehow getting an invite to every bougie holiday party in Palm Beach County is amazing, and rolling into the studio after less than 2 hours of sleep.
Oof. I went too hard. I was at the Breakers, and you know how I feel about the Breakers. It's the best hotel in all of South Florida. Fight me. They do it so well, and I got invited to this special Christmas party, and I was with my friends, and my friend Franny got to go with me. I got a +1.
Yeah.
Like, that was amazing. So, yeah, I went too hard.
Also, Jbird being blown away by every mini appetizer at every holiday party is fun. Okay.
He loved the spread at our company Christmas party. Hubbard put out a spread.
Mini grilled cheeses, man. I think it's the new thing. You're gonna see that a lot.
They had mini hot dogs.
Seems
they
to
had
work.
mini sliders. They had all kind of mini. Even the desserts were mini.
Look,
So cute.
I think a good party would have a few of those grilled cheese plates kind of going around, and then you have you have some bisque available, so you could dip that bitch in that thing.
Okay.
We know how you feel about bisque.
I just love it.
You've established it.
She said, I hope 2025 brings you lots of fun, peace, and love, and most importantly, more time off. You deserve it. Well, thank you.
Oh, that's sweet.
kind.
And Amber talking about her lifetime of listening to KVJ. Appreciate that. Instantly hooked. Thank you so much. My husband and I actually met Jbird several years ago while he's promoting BurgerFi. Went up and said hello. He was just as awesome as he is on the radio. The day you guys decide to retire going to be the saddest day. There'll just never be another group as great as you guys.
Don't worry, we're not going to retire.
Yeah.
We'll get fired.
We got bills. No one here can retire.
I don't want to retire, but
I don't
Virginia
either.
won a
they
few
call-
more moose jackpots.
no shit.
Nah,
jeez.
I'll stick around. I couldn't let you off the hook that easy.
You going
Okay.
north today? You need some protection? I ain't got my car today.
I'll drive you home.
I love it.
Okay.
You haven't ridden in my new car yet, have you?
No, I have not.
It's
I gotta-
all electric.
I got that Kia.
Oh my gosh! And I got all these potatoes. I will not spill these. I promise.
Do not
I won't.
spill those.
Why am I even put that in the atmosphere?
Why did you even put that in
Oh,
the
it's
universe?
going to get spilled in the car.
As I noticed, the lid's not fully closed.
Sticky palms.
We are. We're living on borrowed time. Here.
Look at the sun. It's still
If you
up.
spill those potatoes in my new car,
I'll be
Can't get it closed.
What's the combination of this thing?
it's basic Tupperware.
I'm struggling. It's Monday's on a Monday.
You got a bitch ass grip.
Do you want your new car to have a nice little au gratin smell to it?
Au gratin than rotten.
This is pungent.
Very nice.
Denny's help.
I'll close it.
My ideal assistant.
Before we go, I've noticed, I think you got a little piece of tape. I don't know if that's an intentional thing.
Yeah, it's like a tag.
I know. I was gonna
okay.
remove it.
I was gonna remove it too. But
I almost
was
did it
just-
before the podcast.
It's just, yeah.
Oh,
It's
thanks
the
for telling me.
sticker.
Thanks for telling me now at the end of the fucking show.
It's the sticker from the store.
It kept catching my peripheral.
Did you hear that?
Is that your masturbation wrist?
No, I'm a lefty.
Thank God.
Thank God.
One arm will be in a sling, the other will be busy.
Take 2.
There you go. All right. All right, you guys have a great Monday. Thank you for all the emails. You can send them to us, mail at kvjshow.com. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.